this video lecture, we are going to understand the characteristics of cancer. See, there are different types of characteristics of cancer. From them, we are going to discuss the important characteristics of cancer. Those are very important in the study of cancer cells. Let's start with first one. That is immortalization. Now see, the immortalization means what? The normal cell cultures do not survive indefinitely. For example, human cell cultures die after about 50 generations, and chicken cell cultures have a much shorter life expectancy. On the other hand, transformed cell cultures are immortal and can grow indefinitely. Cell cultures infected with mouse sarcoma virus can be maintained as long as nutrition is provided and overcrowding is avoided. Second one, loss of contact inhibition. Now here we know that normal cells migrate across the surface of a culture dish until they make contact with a neighboring cells. Further cell migration is then inhibited and normal cells adhere to each other, forming an orderly array of cells on the culture dish. This inhibition of growth after contact is called as contact inhibition. Tumor cells can, is in contrast, continue moving after contact with their neighboring cells, migrating over adjacent cells and growing in disordered multilayered patterns. Next is the density independent inhibition. Now here we know that normal cells in culture display density dependent inhibition of cell proliferation and proliferate until they reach a finite cell density, which is determined partly by availability of growth factors in culture medium. But the proliferation of cancer cells is not sensitive to density independent inhibition. Next is the invasiveness. Now see, it is one of the most important characteristic of cancer cells in their invasiveness. That is the ability to invade other tissues. In contrast to normal cells, transformed cells can penetrate the chorioolontic membrane of the hen's egg. This invasiveness could be the result of changes in the plasma membrane and proteases released by the cell. Now, loss of anchorage dependence. Now, this is one of the important characteristic of cancer cells. Now, here what happens? Now, this one, the most normal cells must be attached to a rigid substratum. That is, they must be anchored in order to grow. Transformer cells can grow even when they are not attached to the substratum, as for example, when they are suspended in a semi-solid medium containing agar or methyl cellulose. This loss of anchorage is the most striking characteristic of transformed cells which form malignant tumors. It is used to select transformed cells from a normal cell population. Now, next one, loss of growth factor requirements. Now, this is one of the important characteristics of cancer cells where we can identify the cancer cells characteristics with respect to their different characteristics. Now, here actually what happens, the cancer cells lost their growth factor requirements as far as other carbon nitrogen sources are concerned. Now here fail to go under apoptosis. Now in this one what happens, the another, it is like another general characteristics of most cancer cells is that they fail to go under apoptosis and therefore exhibit increased lifespans compared to their normal counterparts. This failure of cancer cells to undergo apoptosis contributes substantially to tumors development. Cancer cells are often characterized by increased resistance to apoptosis, allowing their survival under abnormal growth stimulation. The next one, that is the lower serum requirement. Now this is the important characteristics of cancer cells where the growth of normal cells in a tissue culture medium requires high concentration of serum. That is, in another one, this cancer cell do not require like lower serum, they require high concentration of serums for their growth. Now next one, molecular changes in the cell membrane components. Now next one, molecular changes in the cell membrane components. There are several differences between the surface cell membranes of normal and transformed cells. The cell membrane consists of four main types of phospholipids which form the lipid bilayer, with glycolipids and glycoproteins inserted into this bilayer. Cancerous cells apparently do not differ from normal cells in their relative amounts of phospholipids. However, gangliocytes become reduced in certain mouse cancer cells. Enzymes involved in their biosynthesis are also reduced. Next one, that is a disorganization of the cytoskeleton. Now we know that normal cells have a cytoskeleton, like very much like muscle fibers, which consist of microtubules and microfilaments. These fibers have a regular arrangement and bring about coordinated cell movement. In transformed cancer cells, the fibers are much fewer in number and usually much thinner. It has been suggested that in transformed cells, the cytoskeleton undergoes depolymerization. The microtubules disaggregate, and the microfilaments fibers undergo depolymerization and disappear, but diffuse actin remains. Now next one, increase the sugar transport. Now here the tumor cells consume much more glucose than normal cells because they have to grow and multiply. There is a great increase in the rate of sugar transport across the surface cell membrane after transformation. This increases sugar intake by malignant cells. Next one, increase in negative surface charge of the cell. Now here see negative charge on the this one cancer cell is increased due to the different factors. For example, the comparisons of surface membrane charges by the microelectrophoresis have been made between normal and malignant cells. In malignant cells, anodic mobility is usually higher, indicating increase in negative surface charge. That is defective electrical communication. Now see, we know that when the normal cell grows in the media, on the media or in the body, they grows with the help of electrical communication. Now electrical connections normally occur between two cells. In some cancer cells, however, it has been reported that such connections are defective. Last one, that is increased rate of glycolysis. Now, in the 1920s, Warburg pointed out that oxidative respiration is depressed in tumor cells and that glycolysis increases. This has been demonstrated by an increase in the lactic acid production in cells of solid tumors. There is a corresponding increase in the uptake of glucose. It has been suggested that increase in glycolysis is the result of injury to the normal oxidation mechanism of the cell. Studies on respiration in tumor cells have, however, yielded conflicting results. Both oxidation and ATP synthesis have remained unchanged in isolated tumor mitochondria. On other hand, increase in these activities has also been observed. Moreover, it is not a clear whether that changes in the respiratory metabolism are the causes of cancer or the results of cancer. It is possible that the high energy requirements of activity dividing cancer cells may result in the cell adopting anaerobic glycolysis as a supplement to the normal aerobic respiration. So these are some important characteristics of the cancer cells. Thanks a lot.